The following program is brought to you by the Realm of Collectors. Please stand by and take your seats.
Good evening, and welcome to Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. If you would please kindly take your seats, the show will begin momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another Friday night. I was about to say Saturday. It's another episode of Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. We're a short crewed tonight, but we got a lot of shit to talk about. Ooh, Jose's heading down to VA for a relaxing weekend. Nice. Gonna be near Russell. And I forgot. Now you guys are gonna see every one of these heaters that I fucking put down in a show. All right, boys and girls, we got a lot of news to get to, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop through these intros real quick, hopefully, and get to shit. Josh, tell them where you're at.
Josh, they can't hear you on it. You're not coming. It's like you're not coming through. Josh.
All right, Russ, go ahead.
You're not coming. It's like. All right, I'm sorry about that. I was just checking. Hi, Russ here. How you doing, guys? Yeah. Here's to trying new shit.
Get it out. Yeah, just get it.
Yeah, right. Hopefully, we'll get Josh's audio straightened out, and yeah. You figured it out. Okay, good. So yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Here every Friday nights, every now and then in the RC Facebook page. You know, this week I've been really fucking with people hard about Unicron. So what can I say?
That may be a prelude of things to come.
Yeah. But there you go.
Hopefully we don't go off another tangent this week like we did last week on Unicron.
Nah, that's the same, dude.
Hey,
Lord.
Can the chat hear me now?
Hang on.
Josh.
You talk, and I'll chat.
He said Sam muted Josh. Did I mute Josh? Can I mute someone else?
I don't know.
Shit, my
All I need to know is if the chat can hear me now.
Can you guys?
I think about this guy says yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. Sorry about that.
We can hear you now. We're good.
I forgot to. I was unmuted.
I'm not the only fuck up.
No, it's just I hadn't actually activated my mic. I had unmuted it, but I hadn't activated it. So I just had to go on the properties. Sorry about that.
Right.
Sorry, what are you, Canadian now?
Activator's the reason why I went bald.
Yeah, I heard that, dude. Dang, man,
Yeah,
we're
dude.
struggling through this together, Nick. It's okay.
All right. Did we do Sam yet?
No. Get Sam, and then I'll go, and then Nick will go, I guess.
Samuel, where are you?
I'm Insta Sam89 on Instagram. Sam meeting the groups here every Friday night. Where are you at, Mr. Josh?
Well, every Friday night here with you cats around 9 p.m. Eastern, unless we have some technical difficulties with Hangouts like we did tonight, and we're a few minutes late. But hey, Life goes on, right? You can also catch me every Friday on the All Queued Up podcast with my buddy Greg. Today we threw out a new episode, just shooting the shit and talking some, comic showdowns. Who would win in certain situations, Marvel versus DC. Fun discussion we had.
Nice.
My Facebook profile is under my regular name, and you can follow me on all my social media there because it's linked. So find me, follow me. That's it. What about you, Nick?
I'm Nick Brammer, Masterpiece Shit Piece, and you can find me on Facebook at Nick Brammer. You can find me at Twitter at Brammer_Nick, and you can find me also on Instagram. And I posted something this week.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man, at Masterpiece_Shitpiece. So, guys, you guys ready to get into some shit?
I mean, I'm always
Yeah,
ready.
man. Don't forget to plug that thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
Oh, well, we have, it'll take just a moment to load it up here, and I'll get it.
But we were talking about Life Goes On earlier. I really think that Russ would be Corky.
No.
Probably. I could totally see me being quirky. Yeah.
All right, and there goes the sponsorship revenue.
You had to say something, man.
It's gone.
What's up, Eric? Jason.
Yeah, man, we got
How's everybody doing?
good little group up in here.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming in, fellas.
Yeah, Lowry, I'm gonna call you later on, dude. I might be up your way tomorrow, dude. Chill for a minute.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'm fucking like Sam, the fucking being mirrored is fucking me up, man.
I know. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't even look at it. I can't even look
this
at
way
it.
and my head goes that way.
Yeah, no, look, can't even look at it.
I'm like forced
All
on
right.
shit.
So as everybody knows, there's something coming up in 7 weeks, starting today. Anybody care to take a guess what that is?
The Rock Box.
Well, yeah, the 2019 International Realm of Collectors meetup at TFCon in Reston.
It's just the
Right,
Rock
is it
Box
seven- is it-
distribution fest.
Is it 7 weeks now? Oh my
7
god.
weeks
Yeah,
from today,
dude.
and
Wow.
boom, get your pre-orders in while you can, because as of this evening, when I talked to certain Mr. Pinkerton,
Mr. Pinkerton.
we only have 8 rock boxes left.
There's 8 left. Oh wow.
8 left.
Wow.
8 left. So definitely get your pre-orders in. Those pre-orders are only live through Monday the 2nd. And 8
Nice.
rock boxes left. They are $60 if you pick them up in Reston. They are $70 if you want them shipped to your home. Definitely get.
Or you could have someone pick up if you want to have someone mule it for you.
Yeah, you could do that. That would be cool. They are. If you want a specific size shirt, you've got to pre-order and lock it in, because if you don't, you're going to be left at the mercy of what's available. Don't be that
Probably
guy.
a lot of smalls, I'd imagine.
I mean, look, we're aware there's smalls in any fandom.
Yeah, but not that many in this fandom. Let me tell you, not in this fandom, brother. I mean,
that's
Sam
not
would
the
probably
same
wear a little
small.
junior shirt, but
Not the same small.
I
But
might
yeah,
be able
this-
to wear as small as a do-rag.
Well, yeah, obviously it's going to work as a hat. We've seen what hats do to your head, stealing from your kid.
Dude, I was thinking about that at work the other day.
God damn it. I'm going to go find a
It was
fucking
so many,
hat in a
and I
minute.
was thinking about all the factors that made that hat look crazy, man.
But hey, you know,
for another time.
if you're picking these up at TFCon, you get 2 raffle tickets for a drawing worth $200 for the Agabus, for Agabus.com, or you can even spend it there at the show. So don't sleep on this. Last year's Rock Box was amazing, and each year
That's what I was gonna say, man.
they seem to be getting better and better as time goes on.
Yeah, Jose in the chats, he said you guys won't be disappointed, and it is really something unique in what you get, and it's like every little piece Like if you're in the shits, like there's a story to it. You know, it's like a loot crate but cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
And
it's-
definitely worth the value of what you pay versus what
oh
you
my
get.
god, yeah, dude, and it's cool because it's all people in the community that contribute to everything.
Yeah,
So,
by doing this, you're supporting the realm directly. You can order yours today at www.realmofcollectors.com.
go get on it.
Sweet. Bot in
Yeah.
disguise says he's looking forward to my first.
Hell yeah, man!
dude.
I'm really looking forward to meeting that dude.
Word.
Yeah, it's cool, dude.
But we got a lot of new people in the community that I've been talking to recently that are coming, and that's going to be their first time. So I'm super pumped about that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's man, we
Because-
might have like the biggest crowd yet, and it's just grown from every year
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
since I've been going, anyways.
So are you
But,
telling me we're gonna have a bunch of people we don't really know coming up and saying, "Hey, hi"? And
Man,
gonna-
nobody's
probably
coming
not
up to
us.
us. Nobody
Yeah,
gives
Am
a
I gonna feel like
shit.
am I
Listen,
gonna
probably
feel like
not
a
us, but-
superstar? Make me feel like a superstar, people. I appreciate it.
Oh Jesus.
don't inflate his ego any worse than it already is. Anna's talking
You-
about how hard he is to live with.
Yeah, fucking.
Oh yeah. Like just fucking come and say, Russ the Must, you're the fucking man. I'll be like, I know. Want an autograph? Yeah.
Fucking Russ looks in the mirror every morning. I'm a big star. I'm a big, bright, shining star.
He's
Dirk
like, "You're the
Diggler.
man,
There's
Russ.
his new
You
nickname.
are."
Dirk Diggler.
There's his new nickname.
By
Russ
the way,
the Diggler.
Great movie, by the way.
Oh, good movie. Love that movie.
It is an outstanding movie. Man,
It is
rest in peace,
amazing.
Burt Reynolds. I love Burt.
Absolutely.
He
My
died?
favorite. Yeah.
Damn, dude, I kind of forgot about that.
Fucking my favorite Marky Mark movie, except for The Fighter.
Bottom this,
Hey, Nick, same, dude, same.
Yeah.
Bottom this guy
Well,
said he's
the,
gonna
uh,
look
The
for me and
Departed,
introduce
I like
himself.
him in The Departed.
You like The Departed?
He was good
I
in
like,
The Departed.
I like him
Yeah.
in The Departed. And I do like that movie. Not to say I don't like that movie, but he was awesome in that. But that wasn't really his
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. He had a good part.
Departed was a good movie, though.
Yeah, he just played
All right. So let's talk about another movie. Joker trailer came
nice
out.
segue.
See, look, I can be somewhat.
I know what's happening, man. It only took us a year. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I definitely have some concerns with it because I
Oops.
feel like I haven't seen enough of things that I need to see with Joker. You know what I mean? And I get and I like that they're so this is what I like. So it's like they're not doing a comic interpretation. They're kind of just, I mean, you can call it like a what if story almost.
Yeah, that's what I
You
was
know
gonna
what I
say. Like, there's been many fucking incarnations of the Joker. There's been a whole shitload of Elseworlds stories with the Joker, and I mean that's the way I'm looking at it. You know, this is just another interpretation. It doesn't have to follow.
And I'm fine with that. And what I like about it, Nick, is that they're coming out and saying it. They're not doing this like in limbo, like, well, if it's successful, we're gonna tie it in.
Yeah.
They're coming straight out and saying, hey, no comic ties really. We're telling our own story, and because of that, I'm not as apprehensive because I feel like you know I'm always talking about consumer confusion. I think they're eliminating that. Not to say that the normies listen to that shit, but for a guy like me, I'm like, okay, this is where they're going with it. This is what I can expect.
Yeah. Russ, do you have anything to say, sir?
Well, I really enjoyed the trailer. I just think that it's I was a little the movie's got me nervous a little bit because I don't know what kind of Joker we're gonna get. Like I'm not sure what we're.
Yeah, that's how
because to me he just doesn't come across as Joker enough in the trailer. Like he's not. He just looks like a guy who decides to wear clown paint because he's a little mentally, he's like broken down or something. I don't know. It just doesn't look. It looks strange, but I don't know. That could be intentional though because they don't want to give shit away, you know. And
that's what I'm kind of hoping too. Is
too.
that they're not showing their full hand.
Yeah.
Which
I appreciate,
because that is I'll say that as my concern. Shout out to Chuck C. He said this in a thread on someone posted the trailer, and he kind of said exactly what I was thinking. It's like he hasn't done anything in these trailers to really be intimidating. And it's like even when Joker is being kind of goofy, like how Jack Nicholson played it sometimes, and even Heath Ledger in parts, like he was always intimidating, and I'm not getting that from this yet.
But like he's not always intimidating in the comics either. He's slapping people with fucking fish and fucking
but I don't know. It's like even when he is doing that shit, like he still seems dangerous, and I just not. I haven't seen anything from these that gives like I definitely get the crazy vibe, which is good, but I need to see him harm people on screen. Basically, like
well, the thing is like. I think that the music did a disservice to the trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that it needed to be something else. It was kind of like too like melodic. You know what I mean?
Okay, I hear you.
And I think that does, you know, like a huge disservice to it. Bot in Disguise says they showed it like he was trying to be a comedian. Was that ever really the case though? Yes, in the Killing Joke. I origin that they gave.
What's up, Ian? But yeah, that was one origin, and I definitely don't think they're good. Like they're clearly not copying and pasting that origin, but they're taking good things from different stories, which I'm fine with.
Jason mentioned something right fast. He said he noticed during the riot that the Waynes are coming out of the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard that. I don't want to get too spoilery, but that aligns with some shit that I had heard.
Yeah, and also Thomas Wayne punches him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Well,
I like that guy that's playing Thomas Wayne. I don't know what else he's doing.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's cool. So we got that connection established right there. That's good, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm curious. I'm not excited, but I'm intrigued. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, is there something, Josh, specifically that's turned you off, or is it just that they haven't done anything to get you really?
They've not really shown me anything to really grab me, and I'm of the mindset is you can't have a Joker without a Batman. To me, this feels like
I hear you.
This feels like a movie that was basically the mental breakdown and deconstruction of a man trying to make his way through life, and they just slapped Joker on it.
Yeah.
Put some grease paint on it and called it Joker. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I mean,
I hope I am wrong.
Yeah, me too. I hope like, they do something to kind of straighten that out. And I think the setting, the Gotham City, like the slum Gotham City, that's kind of reminiscent of like, and it makes me think of the Dark Knight Returns, just because that's kind of the way Gotham was depicted. But like that makes it feel right to me, even without that.
See, like to me, it has more like a Year One feeling.
Yeah, and those are similar. Like I kind of have those in the same.
Yeah, like that gritty shit.
Mm-hmm. It's like that the Frank Miller,
even the Todd McFarlane Year Two kind of, like, that kind of vibe. I wouldn't go so far as to say anything from like Loeb and Sale or anything, but I think like the Year One, Year Two kind of vibe, and like you said, like the Dark Knight Returns kind of, that more gritty feel.
Mm-hmm.
Jason says it just like it's, I guess, the same kid that he messes with, his face.
Yeah, in the first teaser, there was like a kid he was talking on the other side of the fence, which is supposed to be Bruce Wayne.
And that's supposed to be Bruce Wayne. And then Jason also says you don't go into it, thinking about the comics.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's where I'm at because they're coming right out and saying it. So it's like those things help me with my expectations of the movie, because without that, I go in as a comic fan, and like I said, and it's like Nick, you talked about this when we were talking about Spider-Man. It's kind of had me fucked up ever since. It's like I think this way, but like you said, most normies don't, and it's like they don't give a shit if it's tied to this or this.
I love it when he says normies.
They just see the title and the character, and then that's what puts their asses in the seats, But to me, it helps with my expectations, and it helps with my how I enjoy the movie or not.
Yeah, and Harrican BX in the chat says, "Do you guys think it will be good without the Batman connection?" I do.
Well,
I do.
But it does have the Batman connection, though. I mean, that's
To the
Tommy
Wayne-
It
Lee.
has a Wayne connection, not a Batman connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, hold on. Wait a minute. The Wayne connect. Who the fuck is Batman, dude? Are you you
Yeah, but
can't
I mean,
say.
is it
He
one
doesn't
good?
exist when Bruce Wayne is 10
Okay, I
years
get
old.
that.
Doesn't exist.
But true, but the Joker exists. Joker was before Batman.
So-
So
What I would say to that, Russ, is in most, and I can't speak to all of them, but in some Joker origins, Batman creates Joker, and I think even so in the Nolan movies, because at the end of Batman Begins, Jim Gordon talks about like escalation and how like Batman puts on a costume basically and is doing all the superhero shit. And then that's when he brings up the Joker at the end of Batman Begins. And it's like in my head, like they don't explicitly say it, but in my head canon, I'm like, the Joker was this insane dude, and he saw what Batman was doing, and it inspired him in some way to take that next step and become a costume supervillain.
and in the '89 Burton movie, I mean, he literally did.
Yeah, and that's the other
into
one,
the
the Axis Chemicals thing, and
Right.
I don't know. I think, like I said, they're coming right out and saying it. So I think, like Josh, like a guy like you, if you're like, I don't like it, don't see it,
I'll see it, but I'm gonna wait. I'll wait until it's able to
on the
stream.
TV show Gotham, though, it's kind of like the Joker is around before Batman comes around. You know what I mean?
That show doesn't count.
And again, Harrican BX brings up a good point. The three Joker situation in the comics still isn't resolved. This film can do whatever they want. There's going to be a series coming out from Jeff Johns in the beginning of next year that's going to explain all the whole three Jokers things from when Batman sat in Metron's chair.
I like that idea, that concept of the Joker kind of being this like everlasting like entity almost, instead of just I think that's cool, almost like Pennywise or something.
Yeah, like Snyder really fucking went into shit like that. Snyder's run is amazing to me.
That's my favorite ongoing Batman movie. Like I'm not talking about like just short like trade like that. Yeah. That's my favorite one.
And like what Snyder's doing in Justice League right now is amazing. Like the whole Justice Doom war. It's a really good reading. If anybody's not reading Snyder's Justice League right now, if you love comics, please read Justice League. Like his run on Justice League is up there with Morrison's.
Would you guys? I mean, would you? Let's say this movie's successful, and then they tie that into it. Would you be okay with that, or do you just really want this movie to stand alone? Because at this point, I want this movie to do what they're saying and stand completely on its own.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with it standing alone. I'm conflicted, but I know Joaquin Phoenix is a tremendous actor, so I don't deny that I don't deny his performance will be stellar, and I think it'll be good. I just don't know if it's what I'm looking for in a Joker movie, but I'm cautiously remaining optimistic.
Yeah. I've heard like it premiered at some film festival, and like people were talking Oscars and shit. But which is like it's really early on, and that happens a lot. But kind of to Josh's point, Joaquin Phoenix is an incredible actor.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips is a good director. And for a DC movie, here's what we haven't heard: reshoots, rewrites, Warner Brothers going in and having a heavy hand in it. Yeah,
honestly, it's almost like they rolled through this motherfucker, dude. Got this fucking thing done, and bam, that was it.
Here's the DC movies that haven't had those issues: Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Man of Steel.
And guess what? They seem to be the better movies.
They're the best ones, man.
Yeah. And like I think that Scorsese being an executive producer allows them to not have that much interference.
It's got his thumbprint on it too.
It definitely does. Like those those overhead shots of the city.
Robert De Niro's in it for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, De Niro, and it's just got a lot of Scorsese like hallmarks. Like I know he didn't direct it, and was it Todd Glass or Philip Glass or
That directed this?
Yeah,
Todd Phillips. And he did the Hangover movies.
Yeah,
which is
well, yeah, but like this is completely tonally different.
Yeah, and I think I just think that just what I'm hearing from like interviews and stuff, like it just there was like everyone was just on the same page.
Yeah,
and that has me excited.
Now I will admit that I showed my wife Kate the trailer and she's not interested at all.
See, that's kind of how Anna is too. Anna,
my wife
not really excited about it.
She was into it. She thought
Misty was the same way. She's just like not feeling it.
Well, I got the best wife then. No.
Yeah.
Didn't you take her to the airport so she could go see her boyfriend this weekend?
Yeah, in Texas.
Yeah.
I think Anna's issue with it is she has the mentality of no joke, like no Joker, no Batman. You know, that's her kind of on it. So
my wife doesn't know, man. She just thought it looked cool. You know, she knows who Joaquin Phoenix is, and that's the thing because I think between all of us on the show, Rob included, my wife is the least knowledgeable in the comic book stuff. So like that's why I do have her say, "Hey, Jackie, come watch this," because I feel like her opinion is a true, uninformed,
unbiased, casual opinion.
Normie opinion.
Yeah. I was about to say sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. You know?
It's like I can hear her take on it, and that's just kind of like this is what the general audience thinks about this, you know.
Yeah. Same thing with my wife. I mean, she's not really into nerdy shit. Like the nerdiest shit she likes is Joss Whedon's Firefly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
that's a great show, though. So
I hate fucking Firefly.
Right up till it got canceled. Yeah,
I can't stand Nathan Fillion, and he's supposed to be in the next Suicide Squad movie now.
Yeah, dude, I heard that, man.
But
man, you mean you didn't like Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog with him and
nope,
Neil Patrick? No, I can't. I can't stand that dude. Like fucking Nathan Fillion and Peyton Manning and Eli Manning to me are like the fucking date rape bros.
Oh my god,
that's how they fucking come across to me, bro. Like fucking. I can't stand them. They have that creepy ass fucking vibe to me, and
wow.
No, nobody's gonna kick me from my own fucking show.
No.
The only part that I liked Nathan Fillion in was in Buffy when he played Caleb the priest.
Yes,
the dude that blinded Xander with his fucking thumbs. Yeah, that was fucking dope. But anything else, including Slither, I haven't liked.
If you want to see something terrible happen to him, then you could watch the first season of the Santa Clarita Diet, where he gets ripped open by a zombie.
Yeah,
and then becomes a reanimated head.
Interesting.
Which is funny.
I don't like it.
Better be on the after show. I will, bro. Yeah. I will.
Hey, Nathan Fillion also was in Big Mouth, where he voiced a talking dog named Nathan Fillion, so that was pretty funny.
Now, I will admit I did like his voice acting in the Justice League Unlimited when he was Vigilante. I did like that, and again, I did like him as Caleb.
Shit.
I don't know. I think that I guess getting back to Joker, I think we're just gonna have to maybe have a little faith. Maybe that's gonna be that it's all gonna be good. I think the trailer is intentionally not showing a lot of stuff. That's what I think.
And that's
the problem with trailers, man. They've been showing too much in the past few years.
We got Vinny in the chat. What's up, Skinny Toys?
Dude, hey, long time no see, Vinny.
I miss Vinny.
I do too. I haven't seen him for a while, dude.
Can't wait to see him, man. 7 weeks.
Yeah, 7 weeks.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
What do you guys think about? Like, would you be okay if DC kept doing this? They just kept saying, "Okay, we're gonna tell this story with this character, not tied to anything."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
You know, I think honestly, Sam,
I hated it, but now I love it.
I think where they get into trouble sometimes is because when they're trying to tie shit together too much.
Yeah,
I think that's what fucks them up.
They try to throw too much too soon.
I agree.
Just do what you were doing before. It was working just fine for you.
Yeah.
Don't try to copy Marvel because it's not going to work for you because you're not doing it the right way.
Even if they
do your own thing.
Some connected, like let's say, like they do a Batman movie and it has a sequel. I'm okay with that. But I kind of just want to see DC just do what's worked for them in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Or kind of just have
self-contained stories.
Well, yeah, and it's like when we came up with our comic book favorite stories list for Marvel and DC. It's like all the DC ones were standalones, you know. So I think like that really is where their strength is.
Yeah, in like the Marvel stuff that's even in the comics that's more successful is the stuff that is like more interconnected.
It's their big event stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I think DC kind of does. I don't know. I don't want to say do it better, but maybe they're just more well known. They're kind of like deep, like character stories.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
but have we beat this into the fucking ground enough?
Yeah.
As long as the studio stays out of it and lets the writers and directors have more freedom, then they're gonna put out a good product, man. And I think hopefully this does well and they learn some lessons.
Yeah.
Just real quick going on this on the Batman tip. Did you guys see that Dave Bautista wants to play Clayface?
Why Clayface?
Does he really?
Yeah, like everybody's been like, "Oh, Bautista would be a great Bane," but like he wants to play Clayface.
Well, but Bane makes too much sense for him to play. So
yeah,
you know.
I
think he would have a lot of fun doing Clayface because it's such an interesting character.
Well, he doesn't want to play the Basil Carlos role. He wants to play the Matt Hagen one, the one in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one he wants to play.
I'm always nervous when someone says, "Oh, this actor would be perfect for the role," because in the rare occasion that it does happen, I don't think it always works out, and so maybe it could be better that he doesn't play a role we think would be perfect at. You know?
Well, you know, aesthetically, somebody may look the part, but they may not be able to pull it off.
Very good point. Very good.
Because
point,
if you look aesthetically for a lot of superheroes, there are a lot of wrestlers that look perfect.
Yeah, I thought Goldberg would make a good Kratos, but I don't think Goldberg can act.
No,
everybody.
Actually, dude, like he did a part in NCIS LA where he played a bounty hunter.
Did he really? Oh, I've never watched the show.
It wasn't that bad. I don't usually watch that show. I don't watch any of those fucking cop shows. But Kate is fucking addicted. And he actually was good in that role. So I think like if he has somebody to babysit him on set, I think that
like just he's right by his side.
Like he could do something like Killer Croc or Bane or
just like a lot of yelling and physical stuff.
Yeah.
When The Rock wins an Oscar, I'll shut the fuck up.
Well,
when John Cena wins an Oscar for Best Actor,
I'll be honest with you, Rock don't give a fuck about winning an Oscar.
No,
Rock's bank account is what says it all, Bubba.
Oh yeah, I'm not denying he has box office appeal. I'm just not saying he's a great actor.
See his movies. They don't care if he's a great actor. They come to see his movies. You know,
exactly.
He's been the highest paid actor in Hollywood for like the past
3 or 4 years.
At least the past 2 years, I know. But
I'm not denying his success at all.
It's just like I can't imagine him taking on a real serious dramatic role or anything like that.
And I could see him trying it, and I would be interested in seeing him try it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, probably. But you never know. He could surprise us and tear it up, So.
But hey, We got something else other than this Joker trailer to talk about, don't we?
Yeah,
What we got?
Yeah, we're at 9:44. Tom Holland and Sony and Marvel, they didn't reach a deal.
Nope. All right. All of our speculation last week and arguing was for, well,
Nothing.
not.
Well,
But no, I'm not saying that. But there's still time for them to reach a deal, and if they don't reach a deal, just wait and see what they give us.
yeah. Again, like I said last week, the rumor is that what Sony's looking to do is they're going to do another Spider-Man movie. Then Venom 2 is going to be Venom and Carnage. And the third Venom movie is supposed to be Maximum Carnage.
Now,
if they pull it off, cool.
Yeah.
Is there supposed to be a plan to? I mean, this, and I'm assuming they're not going to reach a deal with Disney. Okay, when I say this,
right?
So they don't reach a deal with Disney. They take Spider-Man back. They do it. Are they going to attach Spider-Man and Venom?
Yes.
Something that is going to happen. Now, see, I liked Venom in spite of the lack of Spider-Man connection initially. But if they throw Spider-Man back into it, that could be fun.
Yeah.
I think it could be. It would be like I'm reading a Venom comic, a comic with Venom. Yeah. So I'm down.
Like, I'm in the minority of people that liked Venom. Like
I like Venom too. So I should be a lot. I seem to hear more negativity toward it than positive. I really enjoyed it though. I thought it was a great movie.
I did too, and I didn't mind like not having Spider-Man in it. I thought that if you're gonna showcase Venom, showcase Venom.
Now, see, that's why I didn't really care for it. I wasn't even interested in watching it, but then I thought I'd give it a chance, and when I watched it, I didn't even miss Spider-Man. To be honest with you, I got so wrapped up into that character, I didn't care.
Jose just said he thinks Venom was a fluke. He better hope they pull off another miracle with the sequel. He may be right. I've not seen the first one yet. I'm willing to check it out, but I'm also very tentative about what they do because Sony's been so hit and miss.
That's a good point. I mean,
I think that the second Venom is going to be better. I think with Andy Serkis directing and Woody Harrelson coming in full for the movie for Carnage. I mean, Woody Harrelson's a good actor.
Yeah.
And
I'm excited to see Andy Serkis at the helm too.
Yeah.
He's talented.
Matt Hurst says, in my humble opinion, Kraven's Last Hunt is the only great Spider-Man story.
I mean, you can scoff at that, but it's like, okay, what else comes to mind?
The death of Jean DeWolf, fucking the.
I go for the alternate stuff.
Well,
Miles Morales, but
like there's a million Spider-Man stories. Like the death of Gwen Stacy.
That was good. That was really good.
I mean, is he talking about like recent stories, or is he mean just like all? I mean, just like the last good story he says was the.
I don't know.
I don't.
He says the only great Spider-Man story. Like in something that's really underrated is Spider-Man Reign.
I never read that.
It's a future take on Spider-Man where like he's all busted up and shit, and like Mary Jane dies of cancer because he's been coming in her because his radioactive
jizz.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote it, but yeah,
wow,
yeah.
Let me look that up real quick.
What radioactive jizz? I mean, it's not safe for you. It's not safe to ingest, Sam. I don't recommend it.
Josh, it's not safe for you.
I do not recommend ingestion.
You sound so clinical, Josh. It's great. I love it.
Okay, Care Andrews. I don't know who that is.
It's really tough for me, especially going by comic books, because Spider-Man has so many one-off issues where he fights a guy. It's a lot of there's story arcs that are in there, but a lot of his comics were bam, bam, done, move on to the next. So it's tough to find for me to think of ongoing story, a saga, you know.
Like following up on like what you're saying, like a lot of the one-off stories are great.
Yeah,
like where
they are.
Spider-Man fights Juggernaut.
Right.
That's like classic. Fucking when Spider-Man beat Firelord, that's classic. The Todd McFarlane run is kind of shit on a little bit, but there were some really good stories. The Wendigo and Wolverine story he did was amazing. The fucking Lizard story, the first one was good. I mean, there's so many Spider-Man stories that are good.
Yeah, it's
But
he's been my favorite hero all my life for a reason.
Man. So yeah, they haven't come to a deal yet. It's possible they could come to a deal between.
Yeah,
Disney
I
and
don't think this is done.
Yeah, I think that Sony's trying to play a fucking power play, with not allowing them to announce it at D23.
Yeah.
Rush your laptop, Sacky.
Yeah, pick up your laptop.
hang
Pick
on.
it up and throw it out the window.
There you go, buddy. It's all good.
Well, it's funny because it's like as much as
Still here, or is it all right?
No, it's good now.
Oh, you're good.
It's
As
good
much
now.
as like I complain about this thing because like I want all the Marvel stuff in the same umbrella. It's like with DC, like I'm cool with them doing these one-off stories, you know. But at least like they still own it all, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's another thing where we're gonna have to wait and see as fans and see what comes behind the deals that we don't understand completely and we can only speculate on.
See, a story that I really liked was back in the early, I guess it was in like the early 90s. I think it was before McFarlane was when he battled the Lobo brothers. I don't know if anyone knows who they are.
Yeah,
But
the Lobo brothers, they were werewolves.
Yeah, they were werewolves. Yeah, and they were pretty fucking awesome. And Carlos and Endoro, and they were. It was fun because they were bad. So I guess the Kingpin had set them up, had set it up to get like kind of get the Punisher to go down and try to kill him because he wanted to take over their territory. So he kind of manipulated the Punisher into going after him. Well, Punisher failed, didn't get him, and they found out the Kingpin. So they came to New York after Kingpin, and boy, it was like a big mafia battle, and Spider-Man's in the middle of trying to, and it was a fun little arc. It was because they had a lot of issues.
And then like around that time, they introduced the Rose.
Yes,
who was Kingpin's son?
That's
good shit. And like all the Silvermane shit back then, that was good shit.
That was fun stuff. I like that kind of those stories. I know a lot of people, they're not really famous or popular by a lot of people, but yeah, I guess you got to be a real avid Spider-Man comic reader to remember those, I guess.
Gotta be a real nerd.
A real nerd, yeah. What do you say, Sam? Not a normie.
Not a normie.
All right. Go ahead, Josh. Sorry.
That's just not a normie. The comment from Sam cracking up.
What do we got next?
Dude, I really enjoyed the Clone Saga, Jose. He was saying it gets shit on a lot. There's a lot of interesting stories weaved in. I
loved it, man.
It was originally only supposed to be a 6-month arc, and it ran 2 years. Because they had 3 different creative heads come in and like, hey, no, change this. We want to do this instead. And it turned into a convoluted mess, but there was a lot of good in it. And come on, Scarlet Spider and Ben Reilly was just fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. He's one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man. Dude.
I grew up on
out of it. I really liked him.
I think as a kid, I knew who Scarlet Spider was like before I knew who Spider-Man was.
That makes sense because he came out in '94.
Yeah. It's about right.
I keep forgetting Sam is such a youngin.
I know, right?
4 years old.
Yeah, when he says that shit, I'm like, I have to really think about it. Remember, he's still a lot younger.
It's December '89.
89, dude. Oh my god, you're
I was in college. Sam was fucking 5 years old.
Sam is 2 years older than my younger brother.
Wow.
Well, I was 15, so and I was chasing pussy at 15. That's all I was doing.
You mean
Boom.
Oh, you're talking in '89.
Yeah.
Say, wait a minute. '94. Anyway,
No,
All right,
89.
next up, we're going to go ahead and talk about Batman 77. So, guys, if you don't want to be spoiled, now would be the time to tune out because we're going to do 2 spoilery stories in a row for DC Comics.
yeah. Now this did come out a week and a half ago. So
Yeah. So, there's been
99, 98,
Yeah.
97. Borrowing from Nerd Rage here.
all right. So, what's been going on in Batman is that Bane was taking over the Gotham villains in Arkham. Well, while he was in Arkham, and he was influencing everything else in Gotham City. And he recruited the Flashpoint Batman, who came over into the DC universe proper in the button crossover between Batman and Flash. So it's been a real trippy run with a lot of hallucinations, and a lot of crazy shit going on. In the last couple issues, Bane broke Batman's back again. The Flashpoint Batman tried to get Bruce to resurrect his mother in a Lazarus pit.
You know,
then-
she's been dead a while. I'm not sure that'd take
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah. And then in this issue, there was a threat from Bane and the Flashpoint Batman that if any member of the Batman family entered Gotham, that they would kill Alfred. And
What
Damian-
happened?
Damian decided he didn't give a fuck. Gets into a fight with the Flashpoint Batman, loses, gets captured, and Bane snaps Alfred's neck.
One more time.
Right
Your
in front of
favorite
Damien.
fucking
Your
Robin,
favorite
right?
Robin.
Favorite
The
Right.
one
Robin.
you've been praising. Fucks
Little
up.
douchebag.
I don't care, dude.
I know.
The way it's written, like Damien's the only redeeming part of the story. This has been to me. This has been the worst
Yeah.
run.
Hey,
That's
shout out
gone.
to Matt Hurd. Ixnay on the back breaking. I feel you, man.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to people talking about limb loss, I'm like, hey, why you got to use the word cut? So I feel you, man. Hope you're healing up well, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's home and stuff, man. Hopefully.
Yeah. Big shout out to Matt.
They've let this dude run so long on Batman, and the story just I can't stand it. I
How
can't
long has he been
stand
on
it.
Batman solo? When did Snyder?
77 issues.
Oh, oh wow, damn, dude, that's been a long time.
Yeah, man. Like,
Yeah, I was
I cannot stand Tom King's Batman. I cannot stand. Okay, when he first took over the book and he decided to make Bruce Wayne suicidal, and that was his main mission, was to fucking kill himself in penance for not saving his parents. That's fucked up. That's a complete reimagining of Batman that goes completely against what the character is. And like we said a couple weeks ago, these people writing these books are supposed to be caretakers of these characters' legacies. And I feel like shit all over Batman. And I fucking hate the fact that I can't read Batman's main book and have what I feel is a good fucking Batman story. I have not enjoyed any part of this.
What do you think it is? Is it that they're trying, when they try to do something interesting, it goes against the character, and then like when they're not doing that, are they just like, is it just not interesting at all, or?
No, it's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too old school, but I cannot fucking get into this. I've tried, and like the only reason I know anything about this Batman title is because I read it for fucking free.
Yeah, so well, I'll say I don't think it's an old school thing. I think you as a comic book fan, and like you like a lot of shit, right?
Mhm.
So I think if you like someone as knowledgeable as you, because like you know way more about comics and shit than I do. You know, I think if you can read something like that and just straight up say it's not good, then I think it's not good. You know, like I'm just gonna like someone like you, I'm gonna take your word for it. You know.
And I hate that. I hate the fact that I have to tell people the main Batman book sucks.
Yeah. It's like you said, it's not Detective Comics. It's not The Dark Knight. It's the main Batman book.
Yeah. If you want to read Batman at all, read him in Justice League.
It's kind of weird to me because, I mean, Spider-Man is kind of like Marvel's mainstay in the comic, especially on the comic book side, right?
Right.
It's like, I mean, DC's mainstay. I mean, would you say a Superman or Batman? One of those two,
Both
like that's their main, both of them. And I feel like to fuck Batman up is pretty bad. It's pretty savage. You should. It can't be. It's just wrong. It doesn't even sound right. Those two characters are the ones you gotta get right. You have to get right.
But people are still reading it, like
and
paying for it because it's Batman. And
that's true, and there's a lot of dedicated fans that are going to read it no matter what. But it doesn't mean they're happy. Maybe they keep reading it and hoping it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like diehards, you know. But
sounds like me. It's that Transformers current IDW comic. I keep reading it, hoping it's going to get better.
Listen, the fact that you and Nick have still been fucking reading that blew my mind when I heard that.
I said I'm going to give it a 12-issue arc to grab me.
I didn't even make it 12 panels,
dude. I mean,
I'm not paying for it. So
I understand, Nick. I get that. I mean, it's just, but I don't know.
Just real quick in the chat, Matt Hurd says he's been digging the Batman Who Laughs, and we're gonna get into that a little bit in the next story. That has been amazing.
Yeah, that from what I hear, it's been really good.
And the two Batman White Knight series.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Russ.
I was just saying I couldn't get past. I barely got through issue 3 of it, and I was like, I'm fucking done with this. I can't stand it. I don't like it.
And that's something because it's like I read a lot of Star Wars Legends stuff. And a lot of it I read and I say this isn't good, but it's like with my I just have to use my brain so much at work that I need to come home and do something that like I can just veg out for lack of a better term. You know, it's like I read these books and I enjoy them, knowing that they're not the best, but like something like that Transformers comic and kind of like this Batman stuff, how it sounds from Nick is like if you can't even use it like as an escape like that, like if it's so bad that like you can't even enjoy it, because like there's been some Legends books where that's the case. It's like I just literally like can't even finish this page. Like I'm like, oh, this is so bad. That sucks, man, especially as a fan.
I agree. Sometimes that's what I like to do. I want something that's just going to make me be able to dull my mind for a little while.
Yeah. I don't want to be using my brain.
Dull your mind. You mean keep it normal?
Well, when I say dull my mind, I mean to kind of relax me. That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
No,
I mean, Josh, you're such a smart ass. I swear.
I'm in savage mode tonight. I'm picking on all you motherfuckers.
You are, but I mean, it's like, I mean, when I'm at work, man, my brain is firing a million times.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's
a million things a minute.
Yeah, like
I don't want to think critically all day and then come read some heavy shit.
Yeah,
I want to read something simple and entertain. But if it can't even do that,
you like to come home and read Dr. Seuss titles then? See Spot run.
Some of the Legends books I read. It may as well be Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, true. Yo, I'd rather read Dr. Seuss than any new Transformers comics.
So is there any end in sight, Nick, or is Tom King in for the long haul? What do you?
Tom King will be off the book soon. I don't think they've announced who's coming on next.
Who would you want to see on?
You know who I'm gonna say, but he's already written it.
What, Snyder?
Morrison.
Yeah. Hey, what's he doing?
He's been doing Green Lantern, and that book's been knocking it out of the park.
Good.
Actually, trying to think of somebody. If he wasn't Marvel exclusive, Donny Cates.
Okay, that'd be cool.
I think that
And
even
he did the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Cosmic Ghost Rider, Thanos, all that stuff. I think that he would be a good voice on the book. If looking at DC stable of writers, the only thing that I can think of might be if Rucka could come back.
Greg Rucka.
Yeah,
So he did the only thing I
Gotham
know,
Central.
that was good. And
Yeah.
he did Lazarus for Image and
Yeah,
are they done with that?
I'm not sure.
That book done? I thought they had like a sequel to it or something.
Yeah, there's something Lazarus related out right now from Image.
Yeah.
I think what's going to end up happening is that we're going to see Bendis on Batman.
Dude, wouldn't that be something?
I'm not sure, but I mean Tom King's run is ending, and they've actually cut it short.
Good.
So that
good.
says something.
Well, I hope they recognize. But dude, it's when you mentioned Gotham Central, just like kind of we talked about Gotham the show earlier. When that show first got announced, that's what I thought it was going to be. And I remember being so excited, and then I watched like the first 4 minutes of the series, and I was like, "This is awful. What is this bullshit?" Like, I couldn't. Oh man, what do we got next?
Next
We're like
is
3 stories in.
Matt Hurd. Yes, Immortal Hulk is also great. Immortal
Yeah,
Hulk
it is.
amazing fucking book. I think that.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to talk about somebody to go on Batman if he's not Marvel exclusive? Al Ewing, that would be fucking amazing. Jason Aaron would be amazing on Batman.
My god, dude, he's one of my favorites, man. He's one of my favorites.
Well, why do you think he'd be amazing?
Which one?
Jason Aaron. Why do you think?
I like
Jason Aaron because he can write anything. He can go from street level hero to a fucking cosmic story to anything.
Like, he's just a damn good writer, basically.
He was doing the God Butcher Thor stuff, and then at the same time, he was writing Southern Bastards for Image. And it's just like literally opposite ends of the spectrum, but he did them both, and they're so good.
And they were both well. They're both really good.
Awesome. They're both.
Well, that's good, man.
My favorite of all time.
I find that sometimes some writers, I find that they do better when they're writing one character than they do others, and I just sometimes it's like
I really think you could put Jason Aaron on just about anything. In Dakota, somewhere in Louisiana, just his nipples got hard and he doesn't know why.
He never knows why. Well,
yeah, they just get hard, you know.
He'd be great on Batman, dude.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He to me just makes characters relatable.
Could you imagine a fucking Hickman Batman?
I mean, that would be.
Dude, I'm digging what he's doing with the X-Men right now.
Oh
that
my
has been
God.
the best. That's been the best shit I've been reading in comics for years now. What
that
he's
would be
done.
like putting just like mix like my favorite things together. You know,
Yeah.
he's my favorite comic book guy. It's my favorite comic book hero.
If you guys out there have not picked up both House of X and Powers of 10, do it. Because this shit they're doing on X-Men right now with Hickman is nothing short of phenomenal.
It's like Hickman is cleaning up all of the continuity stuff.
Good.
Good.
And that dude is a world builder, man. So it was something like that needed like a complete overhaul. I couldn't think of a better writer to do that, man.
And the way he's doing it is incredibly fascinating.
Yeah. Yes, Jose, they did reboot all the X books.
They're in the middle of it right now.
They're in the middle of it right now. You can pick up the first 3 issues of each, I believe.
Yeah, they're released each week, and it's going to be for 12 weeks. So they put out 6 issues so far.
So it ended like the old runs ended with like what's their
the last
Age of
Uncanny.
X-Man.
Yeah,
everyone's already getting wiped, right? so they don't know. Nobody knows about mutants. Right?
Well, actually, in the last issue of Uncanny, Cyclops couldn't take the fact that they had to go back to just hiding and pretending, and he started a fight again, and everybody became aware.
So he's Cyclops. Okay. All right. So then they ended it. Okay.
But it's like, as long as we exist, we're going to fight. But now this, the main titles, Jose, are House of X and Powers of 10, even though it looks like Powers of X, it's actually Powers of 10. But yeah, after that and the end of X-Men Omega, Age of X-Men Omega, it jumps into the first book, House of X #1. And then the next week is Powers of X #1, then House 2, then Powers 3, or Powers 2, then Powers 3, and this week House 3 came out.
So it's like that kind of militant Cyclops.
Well, in this, I can't describe it, and I don't want to give anything away about to what's going on.
Okay.
But Cyclops was actually on the path to redemption, trying to redeem himself, and he wasn't being militant. But there was a situation that he had to insert himself into, and it just exposed everybody once again.
Man, I'll tell you, I didn't like Cyclops probably until like 2011.
Dude, I love Cyclops. Like you guys know, I've said
I love him. Yeah,
he's my favorite X-Men character, followed by Iceman. So
I haven't liked Cyclops until Hickman wrote him.
It's been cool, and the stuff
they're
doing.
Josh is fucking with us, man. I'm just joking.
What?
I think Josh is fucking with us.
No.
I used to dream of Wolverine just shanking that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So I couldn't stand him. There was a couple versions of him that were like he was a lot more prickish than other times. So it's like it depends on who's writing, man. Who writes him? That's all it is. It's just sometimes they write him as a little dick, and sometimes he's not as bad. He's more like straight laced, and
yeah, Matt, I love that quote, by the way. That was great.
Yeah.
Not giving anything away, but that was great.
Yeah.
And of course, that quote from Magneto at the very last panel of House of X #1. Yeah. Oh my God.
You have new gods now.
Well, don't give it away.
Don't give it away.
That really doesn't give away much.
No, but in context, oh my goodness.
Yeah, when you actually read it, it's fucking dope. So
it made me hop up and down on one leg.
You fucker. Moving on. We're gonna stay with the DC universe, and move on to what's going on in the new Superman Batman title. It spins out of the dark metal universe and the Batman Who Laughs miniseries. The fucking Batman Who Laughs and the regular Joker have a toxin in them that if you kill them, it starts to turn you into the Joker. So Batman started going through all of that. This Batman Who Laughs is Bruce Wayne without any morals, with his smarts, everything like that. So what you end up finding out at the end of that story is that certain DC heroes have been infected with this toxin. And let me go ahead and pull it up so I can see, because I can't remember every single one of them. They have released, so basically what the Batman Superman book is about is Batman and Superman trying to find out who's been infected. So we find out that the ones that are infected so far are Shazam, Hawkman, Supergirl, Blue Beetle, and the last two that were spoiled by solicitations are Donna Troy and Jim Gordon. So when they like they're going into in the first issue of Batman Superman or Superman Batman, whatever the fuck it is. They go and they find the Batman Who Laughs Batcave, which is directly below where Bruce's parents were killed in Crime Alley. And they find the Batman Who Laughs calls his Robins the Crows.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. And they still have the fucking, the old school, like Dick Grayson 60s comic, cartoon like look. And so they think that this Robin that they find,
do they require that they have to wear saltpeter on camera like they did Burt Ward back in the 60s?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
And you're fucking me up here. Okay. So they're in the fucking Batman Who Laughs Batcave, and they find one of these crows, and they think that it's this kid that's been kidnapped. And all of a sudden, like, the crow says, "I've always wanted to feel this way. I've always wanted to feel powerful." And they're like, "Okay, little kid, we're gonna go ahead and take care of you, and you're gonna be okay." And he's like, "You don't understand who I am. My name is Billy Batson." And they're like, "What the fuck?" And all of a sudden he says, "Shazam!" And the fucking lightning comes down, and he's like a Jokerized Shazam.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And he's shit talking super. "I've always wanted to kick your ass, Superman," and all this other shit, and that's fucking dope. But I mean, the breadth of characters in the way that Scott Snyder has fucking woven this through his entire Metal Saga.
I don't know how he does it, man.
I don't either, man.
Like he has everything figured out from point A to Z, and then like all the intricate stuff in between, man. And it's like nobody does it like that. Well,
yeah, and then like besides all this Batman shit, he's got the whole interconnected Justice League shit.
Yeah,
like he can just completely world build in multiple fucking genres and books
and like ongoing titles like that.
Yes,
that to me is like got to be the hardest thing about being a comic book writer. Is like all the hoops that you have to jump through, so to speak. To like just make sure everything lines up. But like he just has it all. I don't know how that he works that all out in his mind.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. Scott Snyder is one of the best modern comic writers.
He's running the DC universe right now.
Yeah, basically.
In comics, at least.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Yeah. So I'm super stoked to see what comes of this. Like, who's gonna have to take down this group? Because I mean, the characters that they've picked, like especially Jim Gordon, I mean, like it's a whole lot of like interconnected shit that's gonna have to be dealt with, and it reverberates through the entire reverberate. I don't.
There you go, reverberates.
Whatever the fuck it is. It's just fucking amazing. It really is. I'm pretty down on most DC and Marvel books right now, but I'm digging everything Scott Snyder does.
Yeah, and I mean that's part of it is finding a writer who is gonna do well.
And it's like wild that is to me. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's what you just said. They fucking turned Shazam into a fucking superpowered Joker-like character.
Well, in Russ, it's more than that, man.
It's crazy,
dude. I mean, look at this list: Donna Troy, Wonder Girl, Jim Gordon.
Right.
These are all the people that are infected and are like turning into like Jokers, basically.
Hawkman,
God
Supergirl, and the new Blue Beetle, Jamie Reyes.
That is insane, dude.
Oh,
it's fucking nuts, dude.
And yeah, to Jose's point here, he says I like Shazam. Went in with no expectation. Was surprised at how entertaining it was. Great family flick. I completely agree. That Shazam movie is completely underrated. If you haven't watched it yet,
is it good?
Yeah, dude, you could there's a couple suggestive things, but you could watch that with your kids.
All right, I might watch that or show that to them tomorrow. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out first just to make sure that you're comfortable with it. But you could probably show that to
Dude,
you.
I let them watch anything.
I watched a couple. I watched a few scenes from it. It looks like it's like I don't know. They're not getting anything crazy, you know. It's nothing too bad.
Yeah.
We sat down the other night and watched Heat. I'm just
Well, if you let them watch Heat, they can watch Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam is just more goofy, like just a little bit of goofy violence, but nothing too crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Seen already.
But yeah, I mean, Scott Snyder, man, I wish he had never gotten off of Batman. I really do. I understand that he had to move on and tell different stories and do what he.
But that just shows, I think, that DC kind of trusts him and recognize what he was doing with Batman, and by like giving him more of the reins, you know.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to something we can all speak on. Star Wars trailer.
Dude, I forgot.
Oh wow! Everybody ready for this?
Man.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm excited.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I don't care. Fucking hate on Star Wars. Hate on whatever you think is an SJW agenda. All you motherfuckers out there, but this fucking looks good.
Yeah.
I'm super excited, and I can't wait. My daughter is excited. My 12-year-old daughter, who normally doesn't enjoy watching the things that I enjoy, is absolutely excited about this movie. She's like, "Is it Christmas yet so we can go see Star Wars?" I mean, come on.
I think they're trolling us. So I think they're fucking with us in that trailer. I really do.
How so? How so? Let's speak on it.
The whole Ray thing.
The Ray thing. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay.
All right. I've got a theory about that.
Okay. All right. Let's hear your theory.
All
Then
right.
I'll give you mine.
Okay. Okay.
I'm curious. I love hearing theories. Go ahead.
A lot of people, their biggest complaint is we never found out whose Ray's parents are, who Ray's parents are. Ray doesn't have parents. Ray's a clone. That's my theory. Ray's a clone.
That's your theory, that Ray's a clone.
Yeah, but let me go more in depth because this goes deeper than that.
Okay.
When you first meet Ray, when she meets Maz Kanata, she's handed the lightsaber. The lightsaber was calling out to her. Maz says, "Hey, how this came into my possession is a story altogether." Well, Where was the last time that lightsaber was seen?
That was when Luke's hand got cut off.
Exactly. So somebody found the lightsaber. They found Luke's hand.
Dude, that's what they did in the old Thrawn books, man.
Yes, and that's where I'm going with this. In the original Thrawn trilogy, The Last Command, they found a mountain fortress. It was a big stronghold Palpatine had inside a fortress.
It was like all his secret shit.
And inside it was a giant cloning facility, and Luke actually had to face a clone of himself, and it was cloned from the DNA taken from Luke's missing hand. Palpatine had recovered. I'm still going here. Hold on a sec.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now they established in the comics, Darth Vader number 25, Volume 2, that just came out about 8 months ago, that Palpatine is Anakin Skywalker's father via force manipulation, implanting his DNA into Shmi Skywalker.
And that is canon.
That
the Marvel
is
comics
officially
are
canon. Yes. So,
yep, that is.
When you're watching The Last Jedi and Rey's in that cave, and she goes up to that mirror, and she just sees the endless line of herself.
No, because dude,
she gets up to,
you're gonna see your parents in this thing, right?
She wants to see her parents. You see two images walking towards her and merge into one, and then it becomes her. You look at those images and pause it, it looks like a 19-year-old farm boy Luke Skywalker, or maybe a 23-year-old Dagobah-era Luke Skywalker, and it looks like Anakin before his fall and becoming Darth Vader. Those silhouettes look just like Anakin and Luke merging into one. I think Rey is a clone of DNA hybrid from Anakin and Luke's DNA, possibly Palpatine's too, and The Emperor had a cloning facility on the second Death Star that nobody knew about. They find the second Death Star, the wreckage of it, because her and Kylo are fighting on it. And inside, whatever they're after, whatever they're trying to destroy, that is a dark side clone of herself that she has to face.
Walter, it was issue 25 of the newest Darth Vader run.
Yeah.
Okay, so my theory is that yes, she is a clone because you see all those fucking rays, and when they snap, it's not instantaneous.
Not in unison. Yep.
It's not in unison. It goes in order down the line. Now, what I'm thinking is because they have tied in some shit from the extended universe into canon, I'm thinking that Rey is a gender-bent Star Killer. Okay.
You mean from the video games?
From Force Unleashed?
Well,
yes.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, not that I see you mean they're taking the idea of Star Killer and they're going to kind of turn Rey into a female version.
Right.
Okay.
And see, I saw differently, Josh. When you pause that, to me, that looked like Han and Chewie. The two figures that come into one into her.
That's what I thought too, because I remember in the theater thinking that because like that was like to her like who her like most
parental figures are.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is that she had no parents. The people that dropped her off on fucking Jakku were trying to get her away from the Emperor.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think in that regard. Whoever dropped her off, they'd stolen her away, so there wouldn't be one with his taint.
Right.
On her.
And all right, just going meta on it, like Matt Smith is going to be in the next Star Wars.
Yeah.
And so
is he gonna say Geronimo?
No, I think that he's gonna be Palpatine through essence transfer.
Okay. I'm following.
And like you're gonna see him start to decay because it doesn't, that body can't hold the Emperor's essence.
Which is also something that was established in the old Dark Horse comics, the Dark Empire series.
Right.
Palpatine jumped into clone bodies and they would deteriorate. That's why he wanted Luke.
Are you saying that like Matt Smith like would be like a body of the clone, or
he's a vessel of Palpatine's?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's some kind of pawn or what.
Would you be cool with like if it was like Matt Smith acting, but like Ian
McDermott's voice? Yeah,
I think that'd be tight, man.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time an actor in a Star Wars movie's voice was redubbed over.
They were talking about that.
Shout out to David Prowse
because they were talking about if like say like if Palpatine possessed someone or somebody, like would you want to hear like Palpatine's
everything
voice?
is proceeding as I have foreseen.
I think it'd be cool if it was like even if he like possessed Rey or something, just as an example, like it was straight up his voice. Like I think that.
I think that Matt Smith is going to come to them as a friend. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then what you're going to find out is as the movie goes on, he's going to degenerate into Palpatine until he starts, throwing that Palpatine voice out. Yeah. Like because if you listen to everything, like from the first teaser to this trailer, like the things that he says, he's got to be talking to Rey.
Yeah.
So I think that it's going to be crazy.
Wasn't that some of the EU, like the books? Then Palpatine, then they go into the cloning and some of the books.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Right.
Yeah, and then
clone himself. Okay.
Yeah, and then you also have to recognize the fact that Camino is obviously in canon, and so the Emperor definitely has access to cloning, and basically they're saying that this movie is going to tie up everything and draw back to both the trilogy,
all the way to the prequels and everything.
Yeah.
I'm
that
excited,
would be a way to
man.
do it.
For the cloning stuff, they had to like make up some new shit, but it's like, why couldn't it just be cloners or whatever?
Yeah. Walter asked a question. Quick question: did Vader ever know of Palpatine's clones in the EU when they were doing Dark Empire and stuff? I do not believe so.
No, I don't think he ever knew.
Because and the thing that they've established also in the new canon is that Palpatine did not train Vader.
And not only that, he didn't trust Vader.
He didn't trust Vader, and he was disappointed in Vader.
Yeah, because Vader never rose up to try to take him out. He felt like Vader was too weak.
Vader did try to take him out, and he put him in his place.
Yeah,
that and the fact that when he lost to Obi-Wan, he lost so much of his body. He lost so much of his force, his potential in the force.
He did. Yeah. He was still powerful, but not like he was.
Right. So he felt that Vader was basically neutered.
And a lot of the power.
He lost so much of his power, but at the same time, I mean, Vader is comparable to like Darth Malgus.
Mm-hmm.
But Vader's no bitch.
No, he's not.
But he never reached his full potential, which is what Palpatine wanted. And
I was gonna say one of the theories I had remembered hearing somebody say was that especially and this attaches to the new canon with Palpatine being being Anakin's father and everything, that in fact he was preparing Anakin to be a new body.
Yes, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of interesting theories. We're not going to know until December, but I'm fucking stoked.
Yeah, I am too. But here's the thing to remember: it's fun to speculate, but if your theory doesn't come to fruition,
it doesn't mean
it doesn't mean the movie's bad. Don't set your expectations on your own headcanon. Enjoy the story of what they deliver. The Last Jedi was not a bad movie. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it very much.
I just recently rewatched it, and I was kind of because you guys had it was hold on. It's because you guys had said some shit that kind of made me think maybe I was too hard on it. So I rewatched it. Maybe Anna thinks I need to rewatch Rogue One now. She says maybe it'll make you come to your senses on that too.
I absolutely think you should rewatch Rogue One.
I rewatched The Last Jedi, and I was like, okay, I think I understand some things now about it that I kind of thought was I just get, and maybe I get it now. So
here's the thing, it's a lot like Empire. A lot of you may or may not know, but there was a lot of backlash about The Empire Strikes Back in 1980 when it first came out.
That's my favorite Star Wars movie.
That's just about everybody's favorite Star Wars movie. But back in 1980, people were pissed over it. I used to subscribe to Bantha Tracks, and I also remember reading other magazines where people would write in about how angry they were at Star Wars for Empire. But now it's the most beloved in the franchise, most consistently, and it takes more than one viewing. If you watch The Last Jedi and then come out and you're upset and disappointed with it, and you never revisit it after all this time, haven't revisited yet,
did yourself a disservice.
You're doing yourself a disservice. I think after time you should process it, watch it again, look at it from a different perspective.
I agree, and I think that's what I did, and I just kind of backed off and stopped being. I backed off and took the less critical eye to it, and just sort of let it play out and just paid attention.
That's a lot of the thing. These movies are made for kids. They absolutely are, because think about when you were a kid. You watched Star Wars, Empire, Return of the Jedi, in whatever order you watched them, or in Sam's case, the prequels. And then probably the originals after. I can't remember the order, but
I caught the special edition. So
that's right. So you saw them in order then. Okay,
I was lucky.
That's right. I remember now. But you think about it. You're a kid. You ate that shit up. You didn't have the questions you have as an adult. Like when we were kids, did we give a fuck who the Emperor was? No, we just knew he was a bad fucking guy, and we wanted to see him taken down, and we got that.
Yeah.
It was only when we became adults we're like, yeah, I'd like to know more about this Palpatine. So, yes, we are dissatisfied with what happened to Snoke. We want answers about Snoke.
And see, like, people are saying that the Emperor was possessing Snoke.
That may be a possibility. Who knows? We
and
might
that's a
find
theory
out.
out there too. Yeah.
But
or maybe it could be, or maybe Snoke's just another douchebag.
Yeah.
Who rose to power
yeah,
after the
Yeah,
after
I'd
the
be
empire
cool with that.
fragmented.
I'd be cool with that.
You know?
Man.
all I know
Yeah.
is my daughter's 12. She is what most would consider a normie, according to Sam. But she's excited for this, and she likes the Star Wars movies, and she likes all of them. But you know what? She likes the prequels better than the original trilogy, even though she watched them in the proper order.
Okay.
But she really loves this new trilogy more than the prequels
Mm.
because she loves
Like,
Rey.
that's like my whole point with this is like, if you don't like the new stuff, just be grateful that it's bringing new fans in, and it's
Yes.
perpetuating Star Wars, which is
That's a good point.
All right. We've got to hit on this. Let's go in order. We'll go Josh, Sam, Russ, then me. What is your favorite Star Wars movie, Josh?
Well, if anybody listened to the episode of The Force Sensitive that I was on a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, you would have heard my top three favorite in this order are Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi.
Okay. Sam,
Last Jedi.
that's your favorite Star Wars movie. All right. Russ,
Empire.
I'm the asshole.
Revenge of the Sith?
Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie,
That's
man.
probably
Dude,
that's
that
probably my
movie-
second. That's probably my second favorite one, dude.
I think for that question, I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Yeah,
like,
There is no wrong answer because it's your favorite.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But,
I just like, to me, Revenge of the Sith was like an opera.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well-
It had those musical undertones. Each beat went to something different, and
And that movie was quick too.
Also, how much did it reveal?
Yeah.
It let us know everything that went down, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
That's what I'm hoping with Rise of Skywalker is that we get that same, like, all these questions answered, you know. And I think that's what Revenge of the Sith did. And it's like we all, like Nick, we all knew where it was going to end up.
See, Return
It's
of
like
the
how-
Jedi
but
did
the
the
jour-
same
but the
thing for
journey-
us.
yeah, but like the journey of getting there, like,
And it was awesome.
yeah. All right, Jose's
Nice.
Rogue One and then Revenge of the Sith.
Respect.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite order: Revenge of the Sith and then Rogue One, for me.
You guys are
Russ,
so
I really do think that you should go back
Like-
and watch Rogue One again,
I'll
and
try.
look at it from this viewpoint. Look at it from the beginning of A New Hope, the desperation in the rebellion to stop the Death Star. Look at it from the point of the sacrifices that the rebellion is making in order to stop the Empire. Then come at me again with that lazy writing thing.
So you want me to ignore the lazy
Well-
writing thing?
It's not
no.
lazy writing, man. It makes it more tragic. It ups the stakes.
Can I suggest this to you, Russ?
Yeah.
That you watch The Dirty Dozen, Inglorious Bastards, and then Rogue One.
Oh
Okay.
God, yeah! I just watched Inglourious
I've
Bastards
never,
the other day.
I've never watched either one of those movies. You know that?
What?
I've never watched either. No, I've never seen the Dirty
Watch
Dozen.
watch
And I've
Glory.
never
Have you ever seen Glory?
Yeah, I think I've seen Glory.
Okay, Glory is
Glory.
a phenomenal
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I think I've
Glory.
seen Glory.
Okay, that's another one. Raises
Yeah.
the stakes.
I know, I understand what you're saying, but I just didn't think they need. I feel like they raised the stakes. You can say raise the stakes. That sounds like a great excuse, but it's like it was too much, dude. You didn't have to wipe everybody out.
War
It's
is
so
hell.
bad, dude. No,
War
you
as
know,
hell.
I-
Sometimes units,
But then
whole
later
squads
on-
get wiped out in war.
But what
Like,
came
we
after Rogue
can't
One?
get too caught up in this.
A
we
New
can't-
Hope, right? A New Hope. War wasn't that hell. People. It wasn't
Yeah,
that-
it was also made in 1977. This is the
whatever,
movie.
dude.
This is the movie that
It's
put the
out
war
of-
in Star Wars.
It's out of canon. It's out of, like, it just doesn't make sense that you made this one so hard, and then the movie that's supposed to take place after it just wasn't that hard. It just wasn't. Even though some people did die in Star Wars, I get that. There's some X-wing pilots that went bye bye, you know, when he attacked.
But yeah,
I'm just saying, for the most part, it just wasn't as bad.
like, just to put you, like I said, just to put you in the mind of Rogue One, watch fucking The Dirty Dozen, Inglorious Bastards, and then watch Rogue One.
At the very least, Inglorious Bastards. It's available on Netflix. I know you got Netflix.
Okay, Jose made a really good point here that I didn't take into consideration until I didn't even think about this. He said he really liked the maturity of Rogue One.
Yeah,
that's something I never
cut for that movie.
Do you think Rogue One is made more for adults than
yes,
yeah,
yes, absolutely.
That's what the anthology film to me should be.
Yeah,
give us
okay.
Like The Mandalorian, it's going to be a very adult-oriented show. It's not going to be aimed at kids.
Watch it, you know?
And the thing is that they're going to go back and one of the series that's going to be on Disney Plus is Cassian Andor and K2SO.
Yeah.
So the way you have to look at it, Russ, is that Rogue One is the penultimate chapter of these people's story.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it'd be the ultimate because the penultimate's the story before it ends.
Right. Well, the ultimate.
Yeah.
So it's everything builds up to their sacrifice. Is what you're saying.
But now it leaves the door open for wonderful stories to be told with these characters in a prior setting.
Even in just Rogue One without the stuff before, it's like to me that's just like that real hero shit, man.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna make it, but you just do what you gotta do to.
Yeah, they just take their death. They know they're gonna die, and they just go out there and they know it's coming.
Yeah.
That's it, you know.
I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude, fucking yes.
I really liked him. It really sucked.
Donnie Yen and
God.
People fucking die, Russ.
Yeah, fucking.
I know they do, but man, dude, I got so. Listen, you guys don't understand. And honestly, as bad as I pick on Rogue One, I really liked it that much that I got that attached to the characters.
Yeah,
so
but
because they were well-written, wonderful characters,
right up until the end.
And let's be fair, that was the most awesome moment we ever got to see. That ultimate badass Darth Vader was.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I agree with that. That was great.
Yeah, that was the best Vader on screen. Yeah,
I kept thinking,
it was unreal. Dude.
Watching that and I just kept thinking like, okay, like he gets on the ship and then they're gonna cut it. And then he ignited his lightsaber. Oh, they're gonna cut it now.
He went absolutely fucking. He went hard.
Full retard.
He went on, man.
But Russ,
I'm just a dude playing another dude playing another dude.
That like speaks to the fact that in one movie they got you to care about all these characters. That's a testament to the movie, man.
I agree, and that's what I said.
And then
I said. My only issue with Rogue One was the fucking ending. That's the only problem I had. I just didn't like that they killed everybody off. But that's because I got so attached to the characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, but like you have to see that as a success of the film.
Well, it is. It is a success of the film because it made me care so much for the characters that I was pissed that they got killed off.
Yeah.
So I don't know that it was. When I say I didn't like it, it's not that the movie was bad. I just didn't like what they did.
Yeah.
And I call it lazy writing because I felt like they could have done. I feel like they could have done differently, but they didn't. And I just it made maybe lazy writing is the wrong word.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is bullshit. You know?
And you also have to look. It's a small squad of rebels that die, but look at all the other people that died on the Scarif and all the knowledge that was lost, and they had a setback. That's why hyperspace tracking, which was used in The Last Jedi and introduced in Rogue One, because when Jen's looking for the files of Death Star, she's like, hyperspace tracking, this and that. That's why it was delayed and they couldn't use it for like 30 years fucking later.
Even like at the beginning of A New Hope in the Crawl, it says like after like a first rebel victory or whatever. And
that's like, rebel spies have scored their first victory against the Empire.
Yeah.
Well, Jose makes a good point here too. He says, he's right.
What do you say? Russ is wrong.
No, well, one thing the movie did, I do agree with him on this, is it really demonstrated how fucking afraid they were of the Death Star. This was a major fucking weapon. They knew how badass it was, and they were willing to risk it all to take this thing down. So
like it could blow up a planet, and we're like almost like desensitized because that's what we saw in the very first Star Wars.
Man.
Yeah, but
Like people's reactions to like that possibility.
Mhm.
For the first time,
Agreed.
like, wait, what? Like it could, like a planet could. I think that's cool.
I forget which YouTube channel it was. It was either Star Wars Theory or one of the other ones, like Star Wars Read Comics, that like explain that shit, and they did a really good job. We got 2 more stories to go, so let's go ahead and pop off the Star Wars trailer. I think that pretty much the consensus of the panel is that we're excited for, Rise of the Skywalker. Would you agree?
The speculation is fun,
I
guys.
think-
If you're
I think-
tired of hearing about it, don't get on the internet. Don't ruin everyone's fun.
Well,
Let
yeah,
people have fun. With
I've been trying to avoid a lot of it, but I am excited for it. I'm it's gonna be great.
All right, next story is the Eternals. We all thought Kit Harington might be Moon Knight.
We were wrong.
We were all wrong.
With this,
So-
I think this is going to be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's he playing then?
Black Knight.
He's going to be
Black
the Black Knight.
Really?
Yes.
That's so funny to me, dude.
So
Because he took the black in Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like Jack one of those costumes from Game of Thrones and just
Yeah, right.
bring it to the set.
See, like people are saying that like he's a lame character, but I've
I
always
always
enjoyed.
loved Dane Whitman in the comics,
Yeah.
especially in the
Yeah.
Avengers. I thought he was badass.
Black Knight was awesome, dude.
I thought the best thing that they did with him in the comics was the one shot with him in Exodus.
Yeah.
That was amazing. But so far for this movie, I'm looking on IMDb right now. We have Richard Madden cast as Icarus,
Rob Stark.
and Angelina Jolie is Thena.
Jesus.
Gemma Chan as Cersei. She was Minerva in Captain Marvel. Kit Harington is Dane Whitman. Salma Hayek is Ajak. Kumail Nanjiani. He's more
Kumail
of a-
Nanjiani. Yeah, he's awesome.
Kumail, as Kingo. Barry Cohen, I guess it would be Cohen as Druig. Brian Tyree Henry is Fastos. Now listen to this. Dong Sik Ma as Gilgamesh. Leah McHugh as Sprite. And Lauren Ridloff as Makari.
Jesus, dude.
So out of this group of characters,
Yeah.
Cersei, Gilgamesh, and the Black Knight have all been Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm
Other
kind
than
of
that, I mean, I don't know shit about the Eternals, but
That'd
it's,
be great.
it's like I just compare it to Guardians of the Galaxy because I remember when they first announced that, I was like, "What the fuck is Marvel doing?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
look how successful that was. So
That means the Ebony Blade is going to come to play. Great.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
is one amazing weapon, dude.
like
Great.
Eternals, even more than Guardians of the Galaxy, is like their biggest deep dive yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's definitely obscure to. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people that ain't gonna know who the fuck the Eternals are, dude.
It's,
Well, a lot of people were like, "Who the fuck is the Guardians of the Galaxy?" But they went and
That's
saw
true
it.
too.
So.
That's true too. You're right. You're right. Good point. I agree with you, Nick. It is a bit obscure what they're pulling, but I think to people who aren't into that, but man, it's kind of fun because I think they can do a lot with the characters. It's gonna be
yeah,
cool.
because I think it's kind of the same thing as Guardians, where they're
Mhm.
not as famous and they can
Yeah.
raise the stakes, they can do
Absolutely.
different things, and I'm excited for Eternals.
Me too. Me too.
I was always a fan of Icarus because he was like the main point of view character of the Eternals, and so another thing is they could bring the Deviants into this shit.
Yeah.
Which
Oh, you're
would
right.
really open
Yeah.
this shit up.
Yeah. It's funny. Jose's like he's not ever into the Eternals. He never read. He just Jose's an example of someone who just never read any of that, you know. And but he said he was the same way about Guardians, and Guardians turned out to be pretty good. So, and I think that's what it is. If people can just give it a chance, I think they might be really surprised.
Yeah.
I think so.
Cersei in the books was really interesting too because of her powers. Gilgamesh actually had a good arc in the Avengers. So I mean, these are characters that they're even farther down the list than any of the Guardians characters.
Yeah,
like so.
like when this came out that they were making this movie, I literally was like, I don't even know this title. Like I at least heard the Guardians of the Galaxy, but
well,
they had an Eternal series a couple of years ago. I believe it was. I don't know who the writer was, but I think Ramita did the art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I've always loved John Romita and John Romita Jr.'s art.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was. I meant Ramita Jr. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Senior's not doing it anymore.
I like Junior better.
But just to go off on a little tangent, I never thought that Ramita Jr. would be a good Batman artist. But if you look at the All-Star Batman shit he did with Snyder, it's on point.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's done anything that I didn't like. I love his stuff he did on Daredevil.
The only book I didn't like from him was when he did Spider-Man with John Byrne. The Chapter 1 shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
He did the Daredevil that Frank Miller wrote.
Mm-hmm.
It basically just looked like Frank Miller wrote and drew the book. You know what I mean?
And he had Klaus Janson inking.
Yeah. So it was like even just line it right up.
So it's another deep dive that they're doing on characters. I think that gives them a lot of freedom to go wherever they want. And
absolutely.
I mean, you gotta trust Feige and what he's done so far with the MCU.
They haven't given us a reason not to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's kind of fun because if a lot of people don't know about the Eternals, then you might not get the
no one's gonna be butthurt.
Right. Butthurt about what they do. Yeah.
Their favorite story.
Right. I mean, how many people with the Avengers stuff are going, that's not how it was in the comic.
Yeah. And then the thing is like Eternals was a Kirby book. It was a real Kirby book. Like it was like almost fourth world for Marvel.
Yeah.
So
it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was. It had a lot of they put a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of mythology kind of into it. It was really wild. They were just. Sometimes I love writers in Marvel because they'll just steal from shit left and right, do it.
Yeah.
And they do it with Thor too. It's great though. At least it's done in a pretty good way for the most part. So. I don't know.
Word. Jose in the chat says Chapter 1 was not great. He loved Byrne's Man of Steel reboot in '86, but it didn't quite work with Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, sometimes you hit with one character and then not so much with another one. I don't know.
As a writer, I mean, the
It's
only
tough,
thing
dude.
As a writer, the only things I like from Byrne are some of his Alpha Flight shit and his run on Fantastic Four. He had a good run on FF.
Also, something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Thanos is an Eternal.
Yes.
So.
Good point. What do you think? We're going to have Thanos appear in this?
Well, we haven't seen Star Fox or Mentor cast.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't know. Brink says that was a serious question. If they are all Avengers, are they still Earth's mightiest heroes or otherworldly? The Avengers have always been home to aliens and everything else.
Yeah.
So
Avengers,
I mean, robots,
and
androids,
Fantastic Four. Even though they're called Earth's mightiest heroes, they've always had cosmic and intergalactic adventures, just like X-Men and Fantastic Four have too.
E Prime says, and the Eternals are not Avengers. 3 of those characters in the cast have been Avengers: Cersei, Black Knight, and Gilgamesh.
That's true, but all the Eternals were not.
Not all
Yeah.
the Eternal. Not all
He's
the
right.
Eternals are
Black
Avengers.
Knight's been the one probably the most.
Yeah, that's true. Black Knight.
That's true. That's true. Jose, he says Burns She-Hulk run was okay, and he liked this Hulk run also. Those were decent.
Yeah. That's Sam's girl, dude. He was happy.
Oh, Brink says okay because I'm a MCU only type fan. Yeah, I hear you, dude.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool too. Like
You're what Sam would call a normie.
Oh, he's not a movie.
All right. So, last topic of the night. Unicron.
What?
All right. So,
All right, toy talk, guys. Here we go.
Here we go. So maybe it'll.
What's going on with that? I've not heard anything.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah, you haven't?
So they was it October 6th that they've extended to?
Yeah.
They've extended for Hasbro till October 6th.
Yeah, about a month and a week, I guess.
Yeah, for the to get it funded. Like a lot of people have said, it seems like Hasbro is hell bent on producing this thing.
Yeah.
And
Good for the people that want it, man.
yeah, good for those people that want it.
Yeah, if you want it, get it.
Now, currently, right now, as of this moment, 10:56 p.m. Eastern, they're at 5565 backers with a target of 8,000. So they can reach it. You guys have said, "I'll get it. I just need more time." You got 5 more weeks. Go get it.
Yeah.
With that 8,000, if it's Takara producing this and they're on the metric system, how many U.S. numbers is that?
I mean, I don't know, but your obsession with the metric system is amusing. You seem to work that in every show.
God, keep the theme going.
Word, and Bond Disguise says poor Cookie Monster never had a chance. Dude, like I'd be more interested in that Cookie Monster than the fucking Unicron from Hasbro.
Yeah, yeah. I think it like the last thing I saw had like 63 backers.
Yeah, that's what it finished with.
Like, who's asking for that though?
I don't know, but dude, if they had done like Oscar or Animal, I would have backed that shit.
And Electric Mayhem.
Dr. T, yeah.
Can't you picture that?
Yeah.
That's great,
dude, a fucking Oscar in a trash can.
With his inchworm
with his
Smiley.
worm.
Yep.
Smiley, yeah.
Dude, yeah. That'd be cool.
Hey.
But like Cookie Monster, I don't give a fuck about. And another one they could have done was the Count.
Super Grover.
All right.
You know how many
Yeah.
Here's my question.
Costume.
Here's my question to you guys: Did the fact that they had to extend it, do you consider? I mean, I guess they don't want to fail. They're not going to call it a failure. But do you consider it a failure because it didn't get funded in the time allotted? And now they're extending. Does it say something about the fandom, or is it just that maybe it was a bad time?
I think it was more of a bad timing situation for the fandom because MP44 dropped today. Right. A lot of people's pre-orders hit today. That's if you got it overseas, that was $320 plus shipping, which is about $330.
True.
This is supposed to drop 2 days from now. And what's another pre-order it's getting ready to drop? Bumblebee in a week or two is getting ready to drop. So there's another 120. I think it was bad timing. A lot of parents just went through back-to-school shopping with their kids. And the barge, when it was funded, it needed $3,000 less, and it came in tax refund season. So I think it was the timing more than anything. But by them extending this, what it tells me is they're bound and determined to produce this anyway, but they just wanted to lock up as many potential pre-orders as possible to make sure they're not taking a loss when they produce it, so they're not sitting on a few thousand units.
I think,
and that's sound.
Just sound.
Because I think
that even if it doesn't get funded at this extension, they're producing it.
Okay.
I think so too, and I think the remainder will be on like Hasbro Pulse and select retailers.
Yeah,
well, yeah, that's what I was gonna think. Retailers are gonna pick it up. I think they've been burned too much on these Titan class things, man. And it's like without Toys R Us, it's like crowdfunding shit's the way to go, because it's like if you want it, get it.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know. If you don't want it, don't.
It's also a very expensive hunk of change to drop.
It is
on a piece, you know, and apparently we woke up to a different alternative this morning.
Yeah. The Zeta we've seen more pictures of.
18 inches.
I gotta say, man, it's going to be 48 centimeters, which is like 18.8 inches. So you might as well say 19. Let me double check.
Right.
It's going to be smaller than their combiners, though, which is my only gripe, because it's,
Okay.
I feel like not that you would put them on the shelf next to each other,
Right.
but it just like, I don't know.
That's fair enough.
Bruticus, all this. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I would argue this, that I know
either way, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like,
it's 18.9 inches, so it's 19 inches tall. You know, it's 8 inches shorter than the Hasbro.
Even the Hasbro one, though, some people would argue isn't big avec, right?
Well,
I mean,
you're never going to be able to produce a perfectly in-scaled Unicron.
Yeah,
exactly. So then,
feel like
with the stuff in Canon, the fucking City Bots should be about 20 feet tall.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
Compared to a masterpiece. Eric Burgess posted a picture, you know, showing what the true scale should be between a
City Bot and a combiner.
A City Bot and a combiner.
And I think it had Debbie coming up like mid shin below the knee on a Metroplex. Yeah.
Which probably would make sense, because a City Bot's used to be huge.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like Unicron should be the biggest, then the City Bots, then combiners.
Right.
Now,
like that, no matter how much bigger they are than like the other one, it doesn't really matter. As long as
the thing to me is that if you look at the engineering on the Hasbro Unicron, it is a chug figure.
Yes, it is.
It is a chug figure. It is not a masterpiece figure.
No.
And you're getting the same engineering that you get into the other Titan class figures into a figure that is what, 5 inches taller than those? 5 to 6,
almost
5 to 6.
Right.
5 to 6 inches taller.
It depends on which Titan. I think Metroplex and Fort Max were 24 inches, so this is only 3. But like Triptychon was like 22, so it would be about 5 or 6.
Yeah. So you're asking me to pay triple the price for 5 inches.
Now, a lot of people have been breaking it down, the price versus the amount of plastic per pound. And they're saying it's in line with some of their Titans, but it's also not in line with some of their Titans. It's also twice as much as the price per pound. And it's like an equal split, 50-50. Like their combiners, you're looking at about $15 a pound of plastic, but some of them you're looking at $30 a pound of plastic per pound of plastic.
Right. But like the thing is that looking between the two, I understand that the Zeta is smaller, so people are saying, "Oh, it's a Legends class. It's a Legends class Unicron." Okay,
both of them are going to scale better with Legends than anything.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, but what my point is that I think, because from what we're being quoted, it's supposed to be 1,500 won in Chinese.
1,500 Chinese yuan.
So it'll be $210 American. So for me to get an 18-inch figure in the quality of what Zeta has done,
right,
as opposed to what Hasbro has done with their Titan figures, I think it's worth it.
You know, aesthetically, I think it looks better. It definitely cleans up better.
Look better,
and I like the bot mode better.
Dude,
I'm not getting one either way, because I don't give a shit about Unicron. I don't need a representation of that character. So I've got no argument in the fight. I'm saying aesthetically, the Zeta one is more appealing to me.
Right.
You know,
I saw a couple like people saying that it was parts forming, but I think it's unfounded. I haven't seen anything to say that.
Zeta made a point in their release that they did today to say that it is not a parts former.
Yeah, they said no deforming.
Right.
No deforming.
Well, that's what they mean by parts forming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also coming out a year sooner at a third of the price.
Yeah.
Even though it's 8 inches shorter. But,
and the thing is the Zeta one, like, it's so much cleaner.
It is. In bot mode, it's a lot cleaner. And some people aren't even going to display their Unicron in bot mode. They're going to use it for a planet mode.
Planet mode. Then everybody's like, oh, it eats its own ass. I mean, come on, that's a base piece.
Yeah,
they were just stupid and didn't show the other side.
Yeah, that's just picking nits.
Yeah, and
either way, it presents everybody with another alternative. If say there are people out there that just can't swing the cost of a Unicron in the time frame they had, well, now you've got 5 extra weeks, and now you can save up, get the Hasbro if that's what you want. Try for it, get it.
You buy what you want.
Yeah, buy what you want, but don't beat people up and make fun of them for choosing a cheaper alternative or a smaller alternative.
Just mind your business, man.
Be happy with your purchase. Don't beat anybody up over their purchase.
I will tell you, there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that are highbrowing it. You just too poor to afford it. I still laughing.
Call me poor if you want to. I don't care. I mean, I could go and buy it right now if I wanted to, but I don't want it.
That's the thing. Like, you can afford what you want. You have to make that decision on what's more important for you to purchase. If you decide that there are other holes in your collection that you need to fill before spending almost $600 on a fucking Unicron, that's
after shipping it is over that.
And after shipping it is that. But to me, a 210 bot that's 18 inches tall and is going to be that size in planet mode for $210 and it cleans up better. I mean, that's not really a decision.
Hey, and how many dudes out here are really upset about not getting that extra 8 inches? Come on.
I mean, and Josh, some of us are at the shallow end of the gene pool. We need that extra 8, okay?
Okay.
Right, and Jose says I busted my ass these past 2 months to pay my tuition and pay for that Unicron. When you want something, you do what you have to do.
Exactly. And nobody should fault you for that.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't have the motivation to get that Hasbro Unicron because I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the back of the legs. I don't like the kibble. I don't like the way it looks. And I think that the Zeta looks better. And you know what? I might not even buy the Zeta because I don't think that I need a Unicron in my life.
I know I'm not buying the Zeta. Hell, I didn't buy the Armada Unicron 15 years ago at 1/10 of the price of the Hasbro. I'm not going to buy a Unicron now. I just don't like Unicron.
We've kind of been talking all week about this. It's like the cost has nothing to do with like what you're able to afford.
Yeah.
Or maybe it does, but it's like it just has to do with what it's worth to you because
that's what it is.
This thing is worth. I wouldn't pay $50 for either of these things just because I don't fucking care. You know what I mean?
You know what I would pay $60 for? There's 8 rock boxes left on pre-order. Go get one.
Yeah.
It's only up until Monday, so get it before they're out. Secure your size.
That I'm like die hard care about, and I'll pay whatever I gotta pay for it.
Yeah. See, like my thing was as soon as I saw the Hasbro one, I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about the robot mode. I like the fucking planet mode. So what I've been thinking about is just making one out of foam.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it. You can carve a bunch of detail into it. I actually saw a post the other day. This dude is a professional model maker for studios, and he's got a Unicron planet mode that's like a partial that you can wall mount. And it's got light up features and everything. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
Like some serious fucking craftsmanship. You can see like city buildings on the surface and stuff. Or it wasn't a Unicron, it was a Cybertron. But the same techniques would apply.
Yeah.
You can do it.
And like the thing is that I'm so much into other lines besides Transformers. I have to prioritize what I want to get when I want to get it.
Yeah.
And most of my Transformer spending is at TFCon. So I mean, I have so many holes in my Transformers collection because I collect so many other lines. You know that I'm just not into the Unicron. I'm just not.
Yeah.
And if I decide I want one later, I can build one.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want one planet mode, you can do it.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't need the robot mode because that doesn't interest me.
They sell foam spheres at Michael's and
All I-
Hobby Lobby.
All I
Walmart.
know is I saw that transformation video when I got there.
Dude, me and Misty watched that, and she said that thing looks like
Yeah.
a floppy piece of shit. And I was like,
I said
hey, it's a prototype, and I'm sure the ratchets and everything will be strengthened up beforehand. But
I sent it
one
to
thing-
Anna. And Anna was like, "That's garbage, dude."
one thing I do agree with, I don't like those rubberized spikes that hang off his arms and his waist and forearms. And that's another thing that Zeta doesn't have that. It's not just rubber spikes hanging off. But, you know, like I said, I'm not getting one. But I want this thing to get funded. I don't want anybody that wants this
Yeah,
to think, I want them to have what they want.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want if you're gonna spend that coin, I want you to get it.
Yeah.
You know,
I want you to be happy with it when you get
I
it.
want you to be happy with it. I want you, you know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna come out and say it right now though. All you guys that are getting it, you get it, and you be proud of it. But I'm gonna tell you now, the first motherfucker I hear come out and say, "You know what? This is really disappointing to me. I don't really like it."
No, dude,
I'm gonna be on your ass.
No. Somebody's gonna be disappointed, and it's their right to be disappointed. You can't be mad at them for it.
I'm gonna be mad at them. You know why? Because this is the same motherfuckers that are saying you can't get it because you're poor. You know what?
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. The whole fucking poor small peener bullshit. Fuck off.
That shit, dude.
Yeah, you're trolling, you're trying to have fun, but
bullshit, dude.
People don't fucking realize that because they're getting into the shit for the first time. So you're having fun at somebody else's expense, and they don't even fucking understand that you are.
It's that cowardly internet shit, man. Like you wouldn't say that to someone's face.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't come up to me at fucking TFCon whoosh small peener. Don't fucking do that.
I like whoosh small peener.
I fucking don't.
Dude, Russ looks like Obi-Wan right now.
Russ looks pissed off.
I'm all right. Right.
But yeah, I mean, let's just. I've been seeing a lot of posts lately of people are just ripping on each other over it. Let's not do that. Come on, we're better than that. We're adults. We collect toys. Don't act like kids.
Just be careful.
Love your fellow collector.
Whoever wants to get it, I want them to get it.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't want it,
Jose's got a point. It's an official product, and that counts for something as well. It's a transformer. Anything else is a transforming robot.
Dude, so yeah, you guys were mentioning that. Like when Russ, you said like for the people that get it and don't like it, they're gonna be able to flip it for twice what they paid for it.
Well, yeah, so that's what I mean. Don't complain because you're gonna be able to flip it for twice what you paid for it.
Well, yeah, they'll be able to flip it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to prioritize how much it means to you to have an official product.
And if you
rather
want
than
it,
something, rather than something that's more aesthetically pleasing to you or fits other needs. So I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand like the people that prioritize an official product over a third party when the product can can be better.
Nick, there are people that
it's all subjective, man.
Transformers and are kind of into this shit that either don't know about third party or like just don't give a fuck because there's like they just assume like there's a large part like of the collector community that is like that. They just pay no mind to it.
Yeah, and there's also that chunk of fandom that reviles and despises anything not official.
Yeah, and I mean it's that not to say anything bad about them.
Dakota comes to mind.
It's like that.
Anyway.
True.
Dakota's got a lot of third party in his collection.
Yeah, but he shits on third parties so bad though, dude.
He's got some, but it's mainly MMC. But You know, he's an official guy. He always has been.
Yeah,
But
I can't talk to because I shit on official a lot, so it's all good.
like, the thing is that, you know, when I'm purchasing a figure, I'm proud to say that I've only had 2 that I've switched out, and it was for far superior product, and it was after, you know, handling and making a decision. So like most of my shit's third party, you know, because I like the aesthetic better, and it's not because I'm poor. I can buy what the fuck I want.
Dude, if you buy third party, you're not poor. There's a lot
Yeah.
of third party pieces that cost money.
It's
Yeah.
it's just fucking idiotic, and
I know.
and that's the other thing. All these fucking men in other men's pockets deciding what they should be spending. Fucking
good
mon-
point.
yeah, it's
Hey, if you get your hand in my pocket, reach over to the left a little bit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He wants it.
Money where your mouth is, son.
Yeah. Put your
It's
mouth
just-
where my money is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got a fucking 100. I got $100 fucking bill tattooed on my dick because bitches like to blow money. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Okay.
Stud. All
And
right.
yeah, we're getting jerked. That was it.
I just
Hey,
was-
Jason's got a
but
good
like-
point in the chat, though. He said, let's all be happy that there are companies out there putting out things we grew up with and love.
that's
Right.
true.
Sure, man.
We've got options. We got lots of options.
Yeah.
Let's not fight over it.
It's just crazy to me. It's like I know we said we weren't going to get into this, but it's just crazy that people take this shit so personal to the point where they need like comment on other people's posts. Like it's insane to me, man. Like,
I don't know. I have a good time with it though. I like fucking with people. So
I know, but like there's a point of trolling, and then there's a point of being an asshole.
yeah, but I only troll people that that make a dumbass comment. Like you're just too poor to afford it, so you just stop hating on it. You go,
yeah, that guy,
oh,
whoever said that, fuck you. PM me.
having fun.
I'm PM me on Facebook. PM me.
I mean, there's just to me, what it feels like is that these kids were bullied as kids,
Yep, and then they have
and now that they're in a smaller, more insular community, they take that opportunity to, you know, bully other people, and that's what's going on.
I mean, I'm not here to break down anybody psychologically. I'm just here to provide information and entertainment.
I mean, Nick's right though.
No, I'll be the asshole and take the fucking hits. I don't care.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just like I can't understand why people are so much in other people's pockets, and how tribal it is. Like you have to align yourself with a group, and you can't have it's all groupthink. You can't have your own opinion, because if you do, these kids that are in one tribe or the other are gonna fucking go at you. And it's just like, what the fuck?
It's like these clear lines have been drawn. If you like it, you like chug bullshit. If you don't like it, you're poor and can't afford it. You know, it's insane, man. It's like, for me, the only because Jose said this in the chat. He's like, people like to justify their purchases, but it's like the only person I have to justify my purchases to is my wife.
Yep.
Because it's shared money.
Exactly.
Right? And I don't buy stuff that I can't buy at the moment. So like if I do buy something, it either comes from like me selling something, or it's just like kind of from just like the extra money that we have. So it's like I don't have to be like come to you guys in our group chat and be like, hey guys, do you like this thing that I bought? Like I don't give a fuck. Like and I have a fluid collection. Like I buy stuff, keep it for 2 days, and then flip it, or I buy something, I keep it for forever.
It all stems from your reasoning for buying something. If you're buying something because you like it and you don't give a shit what other people think, you're not going to need to ever defend your purchase, because it doesn't matter. But if you're buying something because everyone else is buying it, you're just trying to keep up with the Joneses, you're gonna be butthurt the second somebody says, "Dude, that thing sucks." And you're gonna be like, "Ah!"
What's like?
And what one person thinks sucks, another person might think is incredibly great.
Very true.
So,
Very
you
true.
know, I like a lot of things that aren't fans' toys. That doesn't make them suck.
I know your opinion is flawed. It's okay. Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine that my opinion's flawed in people's eyes. I'm cool with it. I buy what I like.
That sucks
Yeah.
because it's like I like that is the example I was about to bring up is because like people like there's like I'll see people selling fanboy stuff and like there's like certain people that will comment and be like, why are you selling this? Like it's fanboys, blah blah blah, like and this and that. I'm like, dude, leave this guy alone. like he's trying to sell
these attitudes and this trolling goes completely against the idea of what a community is.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? And anybody that says they're about the community and is like, hey, you didn't buy this, you didn't buy that. You know, you have to understand people have personal tastes, and you know,
Good
you
point.
you can have your opinion and shit on a figure, but fucking, you know, going after the person themselves is the fucked up thing.
No,
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
It is.
But
It should.
it's
It
like,
shouldn't be like.
it's like, why are you taking it personally? You know, that someone doesn't like the same thing that you like.
Not everybody's gonna like everything, you know, and that's the beauty of having options. Because there are different things out there to cater to everybody's taste. Let's just all enjoy it while we have it. Because hey, apparently, I think Zeta, being as petty as they are, may have pissed off Hasbro today, and they'll do everything in their fucking power to go after them now.
Well, we'll see.
We'll
I
see.
don't know.
We know they're going
And
after
we'll
Black
see.
Mamba and what was the other company?
Wei
this week?
Jiang.
Wei Jiang, yeah.
Yeah,
They
no,
went
I
after him
Here's
last
the
week.
thing.
I think that has
Let
to
them
do with the
try.
movie stuff, right?
Well,
Yeah,
that's the thing. They're going to. They got leaked.
Let them
They-
try. Doesn't matter. Let them try.
And so the
He's
thing,
still, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nate.
sorry. So the next thing that they're going to go after is, isn't Unique Toys Keith
Unique
too?
Toy World. No,
I'm
no,
not
that's
sure.
Keith.
I don't think he's part of Keith.
They're both making
that-
movie stuff. I think they're going after the movie stuff for right now.
But
Let them try.
they are. I think I'm pretty sure they're
Great.
part of Magic Square.
These companies are able to shut down, move away, disappear, and
Yeah,
reappear
yeah,
under a
I
new
think
name like that.
They can do
No.
this with relative impunity, you know.
Now they'll never. They'll waste their time and money. Go for it, Hasbro. Knock yourself out.
Or don't. Just let it slide. You know.
Yeah.
I want my Raiden. I want my train bots.
Yeah, and that's true. I don't know that. I don't know that Zeta would piss Hasbro off anyway because it's not the
I
same
don't know.
size. It's not
Right.
The same.
He
It's
brought
not,
that point up.
but-
Yeah, he's
He
right.
brought that point up in the chat.
Yeah.
He says, "I think Zeta would have pissed off Hasbro if it was the same time."
Yeah,
It's
not
still a pretty impressive looking piece, regardless. And I don't
I
care
know,
what
yeah.
you are. You put 19 inches of bot on a shelf, it's gonna look
I
cool.
agree. Sure, and you know, I mean, as long as the fucking arms don't fall off, it's all good.
I mean,
it
you
is
know.
a Zeta product. You gotta be careful. QC, woo.
I'm lucky. I've not had any issues. But
You
know,
are.
I've
You are
batted
lucky.
1,000 with Zeta so far. So
That's good. I'm glad you guys have. I wish I
whole
had.
combiners.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think we beat the shit out of this.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think it's time to go ahead and go down.
He said he doesn't think it's pulling anybody away from HasLab. I think it will pull a very small percentage, maybe 1 or 2%,
Yeah.
It's
but
two
not
different
a,
markets,
but not a
Yeah,
very significant amount.
And I think like
Yeah.
people like we live in this community of like people who are really like into third party stuff, but I think we are a small minority. Like there are a lot of only official people.
Here's what I would say.
They have
If
money,
you're
man.
Yeah.
You know?
But if you're a third party person, you weren't interested in this HasLab shit anyway. If you're a hardcore third party guy, you're not like me.
Hey,
I'm not
um,
interested. Yeah.
For the link, should I just copy and paste the StreamYard thing?
No, because we can only let
No.
2 people in. We're going to make a separate hangout.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out one.
Cool. Well, yeah, guys, that'll be in the on Facebook shortly.
Yeah. Anybody got
All right.
anything else?
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Yeah, no, I'm all right, man. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
I hope it gets funded.
You
That's
got to
all I'm saying.
respect people's
I hope-
opinions unless it's Russ's
Yeah.
opinion about
Yeah.
that
Fuck Russ to the Star Wars hate.
again.
All right, Josh, hit them good ass credits.
Later,
Outta here,
everybody.
guys.
Later, but
Bye.
Peace.
unbroadcast is coming.